Trying to lure him out. Come on, man.
Will never be divided. Right? The people united will never be divided. 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 The people united will never be divided.
Michael Lee Marshall, Jameer Clark, Richard Perkins, Nathaniel Harris Pickett, Benny Lee Tignor, Michael Espinal, Michael Noel, Kevin Matthews, Betty Jones, Antonio Andres, Keith Childress, Janet Wilson, Randy Nelson, Anthony Scott, Wendell Gillespie. David Joseph, Kaylin Rockmore, Ron Perkins, Christopher Davis, Marco Loud, Peter James, Corey Robinson, Darius Robinson, Kevin Hicks, Mary.
Start with a poem by Jericho Brown called Bullet Points. Bullet points. I will not shoot myself in the head, and I will not shoot myself in the back, and I will not hang myself with the trash bag, and if I do, I promise you, I will not do it in a police car while handcuffed or in the jail cell of a town I only know the name of because I have to drive through it to get home. Yes, I may be at risk, but I promise you, I trust the maggots who live beneath the floorboards of my house to do what they must to any carcass more than I trust any officer of the law of the land to shut my eyes like a man of God might, or to cover me with a sheet so clean my mother could have used it to tuck me in. When I kill me, I will do it the same way most Americans do, I promise you. Cigarette smoke, or a piece of meat on which I choke, or so broke I freeze in one of those winters we keep calling worse. I promise you, if you hear of me dead anywhere near a cop, then that cop killed me. He took me from us and left my body, which is, no matter what we've been taught, greater than the settlement a city can pay a mother to stop crying, and more beautiful than the new bullet fished from the folds of my brain.
My name is Kelly. I am from Fairbanks. I've lived here since for a very long time. Today has been really encouraging and invigorating to be able to see the support that is in the community. We sit on Facebook and we sit on social media or we talk in our home. It's rare that we get to come out in the community and see what's going on and the support that's out there. But this is how change happens. If we don't get involved, nothing's going to change.
And what do you feel like kind of the energy's been at this event? How do you feel just generally, how is seeing this whole gathering and people here, and it's difficult to put into words, but you kind of get what I'm saying. What's the spirit in the air right now?
The spirit in the air that I feel is a spirit of camaraderie and of having this single vision that we're tired of this. We're tired of it happening. I don't want to be here next year doing the same thing. I don't want to be, and none of us want to be either. But we don't know what else to do but this. But we're tired. We're tired of it.
Any closing comments or statements?
Change is coming. It has to.
I appreciate you so much, man.
No.
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay, I'll probably just leave it then.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, if you could just kind of give me your general thoughts and feelings upon what this is about, what you've been seeing, and how things feel right now.
Well, I originally saw the Anchorage rally, and I wasn't sure if there was going to be one in Fairbanks, and so I spent a bit of time researching. I went to see if the NAACP was doing anything, and as soon as I saw the rally, I started posting it on all of my social media, hoping that other people would come, because I have spent pretty much my entire life watching Black Americans be killed by the police and watching people of color be unjustly murdered, I guess, by the police. And frankly, it's ridiculous. And I felt like as a white person in America, I should try to help in any way that I can, because I will never fully understand what it's like for them. And so I'm going to use my privilege to stand up for people that can stand up for themselves, but still need people to support them in any way that I can. So, yeah.
What would you say is kind of the general spirit of the event today? What do you feel is kind of the energy in the air?
It feels like community coming together. I feel like I was a little worried and nervous coming, seeing the way that other cities have been responding and the way that police have been responding to protests like this, but this feels more like a community coming together to solve a problem and to call for support for the people that this continues to happen to. So it's more just a unity of our community and the people within it, and that's really what it feels like today.
And before I let you go, do you have any closing thoughts or comments?
Go vote. I just registered to vote, even though I'm not 18 yet. I've already registered to vote, and I feel like that's one among many others. If you can't be here today, make sure you're registered, do mail-in ballots, and really just try to make sure that all of the things that you believe in, that you know are right and true, get brought up within our governments and within our communities.
Awesome.
So, yeah, of course.
Today and what this means to you.
It means a lot to me today. This is crazy. I didn't think this many people were going to show up coming from an event that was just quickly thrown together just about 2 days ago, too. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome to see that a lot of people like this feel this way after not really seeing so much and like static turnout to so many events over the years, and now just seeing like everyone finally coming together. It's awesome.
For sure. And just what is your perspective on what this protest means and what all of this is really about?
In the grand scheme of things, I hope it means more than what I think it is going to, than what my little bits of doubt have, but it at least shows progress. It at least shows that people are at least not going to stand for this. They're not going to just let it pass by and just stay indoors and do what we know is currently the safe thing and what we should be doing is social distancing, but we want to come out and we want to speak our minds and let our voices be heard while we see everyone else around the world doing it, going out and protesting, maybe not in the smartest ways, but in their own way, and we can be out here and protest our way.
And what would you say is the change that you want to see in the world?
I just want to see, don't want to have to be out here. I just don't want to have to be out here. I'd rather that, yes, that crime does happen every day, but that we don't have to worry about the end result after that. They don't get to have their day in court. They don't get to have their rights that were written on the Constitution. That you're allowed to go to trial and everything like that before that. And you shouldn't be having the outside interference come in to take care of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And before I go ahead and let you go, what are your closing thoughts, statements, or really whatever message you'd like to put out to the world today?
I'd like to not be back here again. I mean, that'd be the best news in the world if I never had to come back to one of these things again. But if we have to, it's great to know that this many people showed up today and that at least we can hopefully count on their support next time.
All right.
That's
coming out here and recording on everything. All right, if you want to take this in.
Okay, so do you want me to just talk about why I'm here, or?
That'd be a great way to start, actually. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's a horrible double standard of justice right now in this country, and I mean, as a white woman, I have privileges and rights extended to me that aren't extended to everybody, and that's not okay. And so it's community outreach and action like this that, bring awareness to that. And I think that we can always do more. I know personally I can do more. I don't think I do enough in my daily life, and so it's stuff like that, that I need to take action and I need to do something. So.
And when you talk about needing to take action, and I think in general what this protest is about in general, if you could give me kind of your perspective of what it means and what this is about.
Yeah, well, personally, I know that on my college campus there's a lot of racial tension, I guess you could say, especially with the students and the staff especially, and just making sure everybody's safe on campus. And so I don't know, making sure that the people I know personally are staying safe and that I'm helping them stay safe, I guess, and that I speak up when I see something that's not right, I guess. Yeah.
For sure. And what would you say is the general spirit of this event? What's kind of the energy in the air right now?
I think there's a lot of anger and I think there's a lot of sadness, and I think that's perfectly justified, and I think that's what we kind of need to hold on to, because like they kept saying that this type of action is only taken after a certain death, and I think we need to remember that happens even when it's not immediately after such a tragedy. So.
Sure. And before I let you go, do you have any closing thoughts, comments, or anything you'd like to say to the world?
I'm really glad that so many people showed up today. I think that it was, and I don't want to say last minute, but the turnout was certainly impressive. So.
Awesome.
Charlie and I, we're members of the Chena Ridge Friends meeting. We're Quakers, and we're here partly for ourselves, for our own personal beliefs, but partially because as Quakers we represent a religious organization that's in the foundation of this country and has a long history of activism and anti-slavery movement and the civil rights movement and the peace movement, and we're here to give our presence.
Awesome. And what have you seen happening today? What kind of event have you guys been seeing? How have things felt to you guys?
I was really impressed at how many people showed up and are willing to stand up for justice. It really feels that was the message, and all the signs really was, that's what we need to do. We need to stand together, and we need all people stand up for justice.
Awesome. Thank you. General thoughts and feelings on what's going on today?
These are just people out here protesting police brutality. I'm from LA. I myself, as a Latino person, I've been arrested 3 times over dumb things. So when I see stuff like that happening to George Floyd, it's people don't understand that's what the system was designed to do. And a lot of people are just oh, let's reform the system. We got to tear the system down, because the system is built on white supremacy, And that's why, like, there was like a CNN reporter that was black was literally arrested on camera, and his white colleague wasn't. So it's like crazy, you know, it's like so out there, but yet like so many people are like, no, it's not real, like it's all in your imagination. But luckily it's getting documented more and more, and people are starting to realize that it really is, these guys in blue are really just thugs that are basically here to keep us at bay, to keep the rich 1% protected from the angry masses. So yeah, any other questions?
Yeah, for sure, man. Could you go in more depth about what white supremacy means to you? Like, what do you mean when you say?
So when I say white supremacy, I'm talking about like slavery, Jim Crow. So up until 1965, black people were not allowed to vote in the South. So that's barely like, what, 40 years ago? No, maybe like 50 years ago. So it's pretty crazy, and then people just think that like all the racist people just died or disappeared. Like, no, they just stopped saying it out loud, but now, you know, it's coming back, and people are starting to realize that it never really went away. And by white supremacy, I mean that a white cop can just, you know, kill a 12-year-old kid that with a play gun, whereas like there could be a guy in Walmart with a white guy in Walmart with his machine gun, and he's totally respected.
Sure. And well, my camera battery just died.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, you're still on mic, son.
Cool, yeah.
I'll put a picture of your face.
Hey, awesome, dude. Thank you.
Yeah. Any final closing thoughts, statements, or anything?
Just, you know, everybody don't get caught up in the small fights between black and white. You know, it's really the working people of this country, not just this country, but this whole world. If we all just unite against the people that are bringing us down, you know, there's way more of them than there are of us, and we just got to stick together and not get caught up over petty squabbles.
For sure, man. Thank you so much.